Hi friends, this is NMK Vijay and welcome to my YouTube channel Forex Surfers for analyzing the major minor currency pairs as well as US30 gold, silver, copper, crude, US30. So before we get into this weekly analysis, this is my disclaimer, read carefully, and I am not responsible for any losses if you took the trade according to my trade plans explaining here. So let's watch our watch list. Starts from DXY and end with gold. So now, one second, yeah, it's just recording, and now we can go for the DXY. And as per our discussion in the last week, perfectly, it did exactly what we drawn that trend line here, and perfectly hit our resistance zone too. But still, it is there. There is a room for the third way to complete at the 101 here. So before that, we need a one more three-way structure. After that, it will reach for the 101. So that will be the end of the third wave here. Later onwards, fourth and one more fifth to break the 103. And that is my positional target for the DXY. So now, as per my expectation and what we discussed here, it's a little bit, look at this from here, 1, 2, 3 we needed. So as of now, it did the 1, now the 2 it did. So I need one more low to break this low. So this is our last week and predictions, what we did and discussed. The same thing it is happening now. So here, what from here I expected, but it did here, and it did the one more five-way structure here. After that, it's looking like a three-way structure here. So now whether we are expecting this to break, but sometimes what will happen, it will do the irregular flat formations like this, and it will break this high. Later onwards, one more three-way structure. So this will become the connecting wave for that B. So this is the W, this is the X, or either it could be a triangle. So whatever it is, I'm expecting 101 to reach. So before that, this can happen. Either it could be a running flat, or it could be a regular flat to break this low, and later onwards it can shoot for the 101 as a target. So this is my view for this week. And if you look into the Euro USD, as per my expectations here and what we discussed, exactly bounced, and this is also looking like that five-way structure. Now the three-way structure is gone completed. Now I'm expecting that same either five ways to reach this zone 1121 or 11220. Later also I'm expecting the downside. So if we expect like this, market will do, it will break this low, took all the stop loss, and it will bounce back. Later onwards it will become an irregular flat, how I explained the DXY. Later onwards up to the downside to break the 106, sorry, 1.06 is my target for the first target. So later onwards, whether it is going to break this low and this low, that is, it has to break this low, that is the valid one. Later onwards, whether it is going to break this low or not, that is not sure. So once it breaks this, I will exit my all short positions, and I will just keep on watching only, no trade in this zone. If I can lose my profit also, no worries, it can reach up to 0.9 also, I won't worry. But I'm after once hitting this, I'm looking for buy, but not here and not blindly. At that time, DXY has to break that 103 and 103.82 also. So once it breaks this low, I will be watching only, not trading zone, this one, because I need confirmation whether it is a reversal sign after this, or this is the end of the correction here, and this is the A, this is the B, and one more C way to break this low also. So up to this I will trade, that is the safest trade, and we can make it this as a stop loss also. 1.15 as a stop loss, and you go for the target of 1.063 to break. So let's move on to GBP USD. Same, and beyond exactly the 1272. So this is what I'm expecting. This kind of price action can do in the Euro USD also, DXY. It can break this low, took all the stop loss, later onwards one more three-way structure, or it could be a five-way structure also here. Later onwards one more downward to break this low. So then this will become the connecting wave, or it could be another triangle also like this. So A, B, C, D, E. Later onwards the five-way structure like this for A and B and C to break this. Then this W and this will be the X as a triangle in this portion here. So A, B, C, D, E, or either it could be the completion of the X here. I'm expecting this bounce. Later onwards, how that Euro USD did here. One second. Yeah. This zone. Did you watch this? And my circled one exactly did the same. It will trap all that retail traders into the buy, and later onwards it hold the stop loss and washed out on your accounts. Like that, I have explained that same trap I had for the retailers. It did the same thing, and it took all the stop loss above this, and this will happen here. You have to watch this. May or may not. I'm not sure about this, but expecting this one, I'm not advising to buy this pair. It is only in sell, so I'm looking only for the sell trade setup. Because why I'm expecting this could be the, if it is a simple, this could be the connecting wave, this could be a connecting wave. So after this one more five-way structure, this could be the A, later onwards B, and see, it can do a simple also. So the connecting wave may be a complex correction, or it could be a simple also. It's a ABC is a simple. So for this impulsive wave, this is the connecting, and one more ABC, and this could be that zigzag, and this is that connecting wave, and this is for that zigzag, for that another continuation as a double zigzag to break this 1.14 also, or it could be a triple zigzag, W, X, Y, X, Z. So anything is possible in GBP USD. So that means what kind of correction, because I am looking for here as a ending diagonal pattern in the weekly chart that you know very well if you have watched my previous all positional 2022 chart, and I have uploaded all the part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4. I completed that. So in that case, this is the 1, 2. So this is the 3, 4 and one more 5 waves in that ending diagonal also. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has to break this low of 1.14. So this is my analysis in GBP USD for coming week. So either we can expect a bounce to reach the 1.360. After that, I'm expecting a downtrend for that irregular flat. Otherwise, if it is a triangle, it can do what it did here in this zone. You just go through all the same thing happen here. This zone, the same thing here, A, B, C. So here also the same thing. It did more time, and even though it came down, so like that it will do here also in this zone. The same thing I'm expecting here also in this. So the correction part we are expecting. So this is the one A, B, C. Like that, this could be the another A, B and C. Later on one more to the downside is also possible. So let's move on to Australian dollar, and I already shared my view. So whether we have to place this as a stop loss, and if it hit the stop loss, and that will be another complex correction is ahead. So this is looking like a clearly five-way structure. There is a beautiful of Elliott wave. I look and I like this. Or either we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can make it this as a 3. and this could be the 5, and this could be the 1, this is the 2, 3, 4, and 5. So anyway, the 5 structures got completed here in the wedge formation, right? After this is a perfect three-way structure, and I already shared my view, and it is going to, you can make it this as a stop loss, and this is what I expected is a running flat from here. But what it did, this is the connecting wave as per, and one more impulsive wave. So this could be the, it already broken the high, so this is the expanded flat, and I already informed that this kind of a trend line, you just go through my previous video, I explained well. This is only for the references. If it is break, that means it is not in bullish. This is all the trapper. This is a trap for the retail traders. So I exactly uploaded, and I already shared my view, right? So in my view, look at this, 2 or B, maybe a regular flat pattern, and expecting more downside as I shown here. So you can make it this as a stop loss, just go. Otherwise, if it is a still complex correction, this is the invalidation point for us. And because why I'm took it this as an invalidation means sometimes see, I kept this as a. So A, B, and C, and here also it broken this low. What I took it this as a irregular flat. Sometimes this could be the A, B, and C. So this is the W, this is the X. So whether this could be the A, B, C, W, and this is the X. Later onwards, one more it can do, it can break, and it will invalidate. So the whole thing will become a irregular flat formation of expanded flat. So anyway, I'm looking only for the downside. If you place the stop loss here, it will hit the in one more different pattern also. So how you have to trade? We have to trade, and we have to take a risk. That is what I explained. This is looking like a five-way structure here, explained well, and this is the three-way structure. If it didn't hit the stop loss, there is a lot of chances for making to the downside. So we will move on to the New Zealand USD. That same pattern what I have discussed and what we discussed in the last video. Same pattern, whether it is going to reject from here, or this will be the connecting wave a little bit bigger, and one more to the downside. So it will keep going to the downside only in my bias. So if we have to look that as an stop loss, means this is the only the stop loss I'm having. So it is already doing the three-way structures only, not the five-way structures. And in my view, this whole thing becomes the corrective, bigger corrective in the bigger picture in daily and weekly. So for this impulsive, this is the connecting wave. So we can make it this as a blue impulsive. Red is a correction. So one more impulsive wave to the downside is available. And if you want to take this as an inverted head and shoulder, and a lot of people are doing like this, their view maybe valid if it breaks this high. So then my view is getting wrong. And but I correlated to the DXY, and I have explained that DXY is nowadays not correlating to Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar. It is only Euro USD. It's coming to the downside, and most of the, because of the 58 to 60% of that weight in the DXY for the dollar index, Euro is the most maximum, that 60%, I think so. So it is more affected by that euro only. It is not affecting because of that Russia and Ukraine war, the fundamental newses, all commodity currencies, especially UCAD, is not moving. It is struggling to break. And this one, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, is not coming down as much what I expected. So let's wait for this, because in this week, maybe New Zealand and Australian dollar could be the weakest currencies like JPY. So we have to wait for this, because lot of downtrend in my view is expecting. So but our already reached the DXY is nearly 99. So it is nearly 400 points from that 103. So maybe it can be another 1400 pips to the downside is available. It's a question mark. But the correction is not completed here. It is in the correction also. It can reach up to that 57 and then it can bounce also. So I'm not sure about this, but it is still in the downtrend. Whether it is going to break this or not is a question mark, because I correlated to everything in DXY. So once the DXY has reached the 103 and above, then we have to look for this pair, whether it is going to break this one, or it will getting rejected in this zone, or it is hanging here and there like that. So then we have to look for that, but I will still in that sell side only, definitely. So let's move on to the next USD CAD, all USD pairs. And this also I shared my view. You can just go through, check everything. Everything it is, see here, it's a one doubt whether it is going to be this kind of ending diagonal, or wave one is a bigger one. 2, 3, 4 and 5, the wave 1 is extended. Exactly, it is validating the wave 1 is extended nearly that 61.8 for the 3 and 4, and that is also in wedge formation. So either this is the valid one for wave 1, and if we are in the wave 2, you have to observe my all the details of what I had written here. So if it is the wave 2 of C, it must break this one. Otherwise, if it is a three-way structure here, I took it this as an impulsive, right? If it is a three-way structure in any kind of formation of WXY, so this will be the three-way structure means, and this is also three-way structure. So A, B, C, D, E, and this will be become, so triangle can happen only in the B wave. So here it can bounce, and this will become a triangle. So A, B, and C. But in that case, if it did and if it breaks this one, so that could be considered as wave 2, and we have to place the stop loss here, because we kept this as a 1. So 2 can overlap and go beyond the wave 1 as per the Elliott wave theory. In that case, if it did like this also, so in that, this could be A, B, C, C, W, this could be the X, this could be the A, this could be the B on C, or W, X, Y, W, X, Y. So anything is possible until the market validates to break this high, 1.2950. So that is why I had written here clearly, entry must be above the high and is the safe for the target above 1.34 and 1.38. So then if it breaks the above high, like USD Jpy, what I did, like that, if it breaks only this one, and that will reach to the 1.34 to 1.38. So until that, this is, it can do anything. I have a lot of possibilities I can draw here and I can explain here, but the market has to validate that. In front of this, you have to prepare in the correction part how deep you are going. It can do anything. Everything it is valid. So you wait for this to break, and for the easy pips to make 300 to 400 pips for the next target of 1.34. And that is a safe trade also. Until that, if it is break this also, and if you place that anything, if it is a triangle, so it won't go below this, and that is the invalid, means it will hit your stop loss and it can bounce. Then I can easily label this as a WXY, right? So don't blame Elliott waves. Applying that, we are not that much deep. So you have to think all the possibilities. So what is the safest trade? As a triangle, if it is a triangle, we need to enter above this one. That's fine. That is the thing you have to do. Don't take risk this. If you are aggressive trader and you need to pick that falling knife, you just go through here, and making this as a stop loss for the bigger reward. That's it, simple. So let's move on to USD Jpy. What I did, right? Here, above this, I told everything in AJ, CJ. If it breaks this high, that is a pure, definitely it's a bullish. So here also I expected one more, like how I explained in the USD CAD. So there is a chances. We have to look all the possibilities. If it did like the simple one as a triangle, that's fine. but entering here is must. So it is bullish. If you enter above that 116.35, I already placed the order and I didn't book it. Still nearly it's 90 pips is there. I didn't book, and I am already having from that rally 103.2. That if you are following me a year or 2 years ago, I keep on informing that JPY has to break this high 118.66. At that time, we need to look for that gold, whether it is going to break the high. It's possible in the irregular flat formation. So anything is valid. So my target is it has to break the 118.66, and even it can go back to that, because once it breaks the 118.66, that is also valid, or it can reach up to the 122, that is also valid. But as per this, I kept this as a 1, I kept this as a 1, this is the 2, so 3 and 4 is a triangle and looks like that, and fifth way can reach. But sometimes, see, if you are looking here, if you're watching in the daily time frame, so 1 2 1 2 3 4 5, so this could be another triangle here for the 4 intermediate wave 4, and 1 2 3 4 and 5. So after this is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 3, one more 3-way structure, and after that also it can break the 122 also. So anything is valid here. It can again one more 3-way structures can do is a bigger correction, and it can go back for the 122. Otherwise, from here also it can reach up to the 118.66 to break. Everything is possible, but view is bullish. That's it, simple. So let's move on to USD Jpy. And same thing I informed, and previous week itself is looking like a triangle, and it is not yet broken this high. I informed, right? If it breaks this high and this is the only one, then that is the damn sure about this to it going to break the high, and my target has to reach that one. Otherwise, still if it is not breaking this high and this high, there is a still chances for breaking to break this low also in the different complex correction pattern. So I took it this as a B, C, D, E. Sometimes what this is remains A, and I have already said A, B, C, D, E. From here also there is chances, but now here it is already broken the high. So then this will become A, B, C. So D, again E. After that it come to the downside also. So it can be anything labeling after that market did. So before that we have to predict all the possibilities. What we thought about this pattern structure, how it looks and how it catch your eyes, the market structure. That is the main thing. You have to understand what is the safe trade. You have to look everything, and then only this kind of impulsive will take place. Until this is a correction. It's very simple. This is the impulsive, this is the correction, and this is the impulsive. After the market, if it went to like this, we can simply explain this is the impulsive, this is the correction, this is the impulsive. So whether you catch this impulsive or not, that is the only question mark you have to ask yourself. So how deep you are in the correction, how you are too good and too smart in the correction part to labeling and viewing the structure, that is the most important to catch the impulsive wave. And I have explained that in the 103.2 where I caught that USD Jpy, and still I remember that I waiting for that 9 to 10 months to shoot for that 100 and nearly 1200 pips, right? So like that it can happen, and later on once it is going and no one will enter, and they are looking only for the discounts, for the pullback, for the correction, but it never give, and it will just keep on shooting like this because of C wave like this. You can't then measure for that Fibonacci retracement 23.6 or 38.2 or 50. You can't get that. It keeps shooting like the skyrocketing, and then immediately once the target is reached the one, and then immediately it can do anything. So if it is not a triangle, it will go above this 1.034. If it is a triangle, then that will not break this 1.03, and it with my, if the target is the safest target, what I given you for this, the safest target. So just remind this here. Once it reached this trend line, you have to exit your at least partial and just keep your trailing as a stop loss to book to prevent your profit, to prevent the loss, to book the profit in the safer side, right? So let's move on to all that currency pairs like minus AUD JPY, and before that we just looking for that confirmation. One second for this. Yeah, did UJ did, UHF did. Now it's from AJ, CJ, and CAD, like so. AUD JPY, it's not yet broken this high, so still wait for the correction part because both the currencies is weaker. So it can do another correction, simple ABC, like what I did. So wait for this to break. Let's move on to the CAD JPY. That's it. Here I perfectly I did right. It can go back, and I'm expecting the three-way structure. After that, one more high is also possible, but only if it breaks the high, then it will reach to the 96 zone, right? So let's move on to our favorite pair, New Zealand. Look at this. What a beauty of this Elliott wave. From here I expected, right? And what it did, it's doing a little bit late. I see, I'm expecting from here, right? What it did, never came any pullback. Where is this retracement? Where is the retracement here? Just in 2 weeks, 15 days, nearly how much pips? 1.73, 1.56. So nearly 1,700 pips, I think so, right? 1,600 pips. Simple. If you are trading at the one standard lot size, it will be around $16,000. I already expected, but I didn't trade. I have explained that also because I lose the patience here. It's a wrong trade, but even that's a worth. I have explained several times. All this is my favorite pair, one of my favorite pair, but I didn't done this kind of. I didn't done anything. So no issues. Now we can expect for that another correction part where it is going to make this kind of 7 months, or it will be very simple, and later onwards the 1.52 is available soon. Otherwise it can go back for the double top also. Here it can reach up to this also. There's no need to only this much, that much. If the market want to liquidify, it can do anything. Just simple, how, what movement is this, right? From here to here at the COVID time. So let's move on to another favorite pair of New Zealand CAD. Perfectly, I have explained that, right? The target for that C is 8015, but expected is running flat, but in the rare case it can do expanded flat, it can go back above this also, and I did, right? From here I have explained that. So simply I'm looking this pattern. In New Zealand pattern, it is doing like lot of things in the irregular flat formation. So from here, this is the A, this is the B, and I'm looking for the C for in the 5-way structure. It can be ending diagonal, or it could be a 5-way simple structure, or the wedge formation. That's it, simple. The character of the C wave, ending diagonal, or simple 5-way structure, or it could be a wedge formation. So if what are the other options? And I did as a irregular flat, right, for the running flat. Sometimes it can go back, hit your stop loss, and then it can try to come to the downside. But one case you have to look for this. If it is not going to break this high and it is not going to break this, then this will become another triangle also. If there is a chances for making as a triangle, then A, B, C, D, E, and then one more floor to the break is also possible to break this 8015. So let's move on to the next pair is US30. So it's here. US30 Yeah, yeah, same pattern, no change in my view, but it looks more bearish in the weekly candle also, but it's something, some buying pressure is there in the below perfect area of this zone, right? So in that 1 hour chart, it's looking like somewhat that correction part. See, look at this, A, B, C. Here is a one more A, B, and C. This is the one impulsive wave. So one correction is got completed. If the correction is got completed, no need to break this high again. If it is a bearish, but it did that correction. So now this is the one connecting wave. So this will become the connecting. I'm expecting one more bullish to break this or to reach this. So then later on we can see. So for this week, I can give this much. Up to if it breaks this low, then that will be a more complex corrections to the bearish side. But in my view, it won't do. Let's try to do this later onwards. If it is a bigger picture, then this will become the connecting one more low to the possible also. And I have explained that here for the 29, I think so. 1 second, in the daily, yeah, it will be reached here also in this zone 29. So if we look into the Fibonacci retracements, if this is a correction part, if it breaks this 786 is 30. So this zone is a little bit quite good if it breaks this low. Otherwise, still that it can be anything, but no need to break this previous low. So let's move on to what next is Bitcoin. So that is also here. So what I have explained here, if you remember that, only if it is breaking this low, then that will break, it can break this low also, or else it is still struggling whether the completion of the third, or this is the one impulsive wave, this is the correction, and this is the impulsive wave. So it can be anything, but no need to break this. If you are in buy, interesting in the buy, just place this as a stop loss and looking for this zone to reach 52,700. So apart from that, I don't have any idea because I'm more concentrating in gold and the FX pairs. So in my view, yeah, one second, sorry, I'll have to look for that 1 hour chart. All right. So as per this, right, it's looking like one 5-way structure here completed, and another it's looking like a 3-way structure. Again, it's looking like a 5-way structure. So it's keep on doing something. It's a complex correction, and because only all the three-way structures, and this is the only one. It's sometimes it looks like a correction, sometimes it's look like an impulsive way to the downside. So that same confusion what we did in the gold, the same thing happened here. Whether this is the 1 2, so 3 4 5, or this is the A, this is the B, and C is a little bit bigger in that wedge formation like that, the 5-way structure. So it can be done anything, labeling it's a ABC, or it could be 1 2 3 4 5. So if this is the wave, if we took this as a corrective part in the 5-way structure impulsive wave, and this wave what I have explained, this could be that WX. See here, 1X WXY is already got completed. So if it is a still further to the downside for the Z wave to break this low, so this could be the connecting wave. Simple. This is the A, so we are in the B wave. Once it can do like this, once again I need to remove this. Be patient because it's too horrible. Yeah, it looks nice now. Okay, you just go for this. Yeah. So now this is looking like one impulsive wave. This is looking like a one correction, or this is impulsive. This is the impulsive. So this is the correction, and this will be the impulsive wave. It will break this, it will to call the stop loss, and again it will do, and this will become the connecting wave, and one more impulsive to break this low. So this can happen. So these are all the ideas. So after this, one more A, B, and C. So later onwards, it can do like this. This is the one impulsive, this is the correction, and this is the one impulsive. So like that, it can happen. See, lot of ideas it's there. Only if it breaks this low, it will keep going to the 29 to break or without breaking. But if it is still holding this, it has to reach this 52,000 zones. So here, I won't trade. No need to trade here. It's waste of time. So in my view, I'm not saying it's a waste of time. In my view, my perspective, it is a little bit. It's a complex correction it is doing. We can't predict here. I can't predict. Sorry, I can't predict here. In my, and I won't give any input here. So let's move on to next is Bitcoin's completed. So let's move on to our copper commodities pairs. Copper, crude. So copper, look at this, and I already informed that whether this is going to be a fourth wave or fifth wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that I explained. And once it breaks this high, immediately it came down. So this is the cautious, whether this is the impulsive wave as per what I have explained in the previous week. So whether this is the A, B, C, D, E, and but the intermediate waves is not looking nice here in these zones. I have explained that too. So if we kept this as a B, C, D, E, and this is the third way, and this is the fourth way, and one more fifth way is already did, or the fifth way is still ahead, that is the question mark. So 5 years may be a little bit, it's already broken the high, so that is also valid for the fifth wave. But in that case, if we look into this wave one, maybe if it didn't break this low, we kept this as a wave one. If it didn't break this low, there is a chances for making the wedge formation of 5-way structures to complete that 5 waves also. So either, see, one more is I have to give an input, because either this is the fourth wave, and this is the wave 1, this is the wave 2, this is the wave 3, this is the wave 4, and wave 5 may be 5-way structures. Again, it can shoot up to the 6 also. So mind this. We can calculate, so up to the 3 waves is the fine, and we have to exit. And it is already, I have explained that if this is the A, B, C, and this is the completion of the W, X can go above this, making the irregular flat pattern, and this will become the X wave, and then Y wave to the upper side also. But there will be a huge consolidation I am expecting if it is the X wave. It's not to break, because Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar are looking to break that 0.54 and 55. So at that time, so copper, and China is the more imported that all that Australian and New Zealand, it's mines, iron ores and copper. So if that Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar is coming down, then automatically that copper has to come down. In my view, it's not a perfect correlation, but all the economies in the Australian and the New Zealand, it's more of iron ores. So this is my view. It's a little bit confusing here. So I won't advise anything here. It can be labeled as anything that if the market it did to the upper side, and then I can easily explain, oh, so what I did, what I said is if it is reached the 6, what I said, this is a triangle, so the 5-way structure, everything I can explain. But what we are doing here, making this as a stop loss for the further, but this is not the safest to trade. If it breaks the high also, it can go up to the 5.5 also, because something, and either it is going to shoot like this, it's impossible in my view, but there is a chances. Or still, if it is in the still correction part, it can do one more high, sorry, one more low, making this as a connecting wave, and one more high is also available. So that is why I explained lot of patterns it will create, and my mind will think, but market has to validate that. That's the thing. So let's move on to the silver. And I think we have to do the US oil, then only the silver. Yeah. Here my target of 135 reached, right? I told it's nearly 110 to 115 is the maximum resistance. Because of this Russia and Ukraine issue, market shoot. And my target is 130 to 135 expectation. It's already almost did 130, 129.62 something, right? Yeah, it's already did almost. So if we look into this, right? A, B, C, where we are in this 1 and 2786. So whether this is the end or we are in the fourth way and one more high, possible. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is if it did what I thought in that daily chart and 4-hour chart. I have explained that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there. Here, 1. Yeah, I already did that. Right. So whether this is the end and we are in that correction part, like what I had did, but it didn't give the more what I have explained here. It is very simple. So sometimes it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here also. It did the same 5-way structure. So still we are in one more high is also available or not. But if it is going to reach the 165, sorry, 135, that is a damn sure in sell side. I will be in sell side. But until this, it can be labeled anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or it is still 1, 2, and this is the end of the third way because of this theory 2618 exactly. So that is also for that extended third wave. So in that case, if you draw like 1 to 3 and just to clone this, keep in that wave 2, wait for this. It's so simple. That's it. We have to do 1, 2, 3. So we are on the fourth wave and one more 5. Or it's already did. It's confusion. That's it. And if you look in the 1-hour chart, right? Look at this. This is the wave 1, 2, and it is 3-way structure. It is not yet completed. Still there. It's looking like impulsive. So what kind of price action it is doing? Like this. So this could be ABCA, ABCB, and ABCC is a W. So this will become the X, and one more AB and C. So once it reached this zone, what I have explained, from here it can shoot for the fifth wave. So wait for this to reach 96, making this as a beautiful stop loss, looking for the target of 132 and above. That is the trend I am waiting. But if you look into that weekly chart or monthly chart, it's look here, it is looking like bearish, but there is a buying pressure also here. So whether the Friday it is a profit booking or it is somewhat we can hanging here in this zone up to 120 to 110 like this, 105 within the $30 movement, but it's very aggressive move to the high, and then immediately it's a book the profit, and within the day it's looking like very 1 week movement. It's a look at this. High is 126 and the low is 103, 104. So nearly $22 is moment, I think. Yeah, $22 is a moment. So wait for the confirmation. That's it. If you want to be in sell side, make it this as a high as a stop loss. If it is reaching here in this zone, you can sell this. Otherwise, if you want to be in buy section, if you want it, if it comes to the nearest to the 90, make it this as a stop loss. I'm looking for that. but you have to be very careful in that wave counts. Here our structure, it's a making a 3-way structure or it is a 5-way structure. Everything you have to look. Okay, let's move on to the silver. So this is a one second in a 1 hour, and this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It looks like that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. I'm expecting 2, 3. So WXY short this, making this as a stop loss, looking for the move to the downside. It's simple, but market has to do like this. Then only our valid, it's a valid. So what I have explained here, it could be connecting part. After this, one more high is also possible. Otherwise, this is the W, this is the X. So A, B, or C is already completed, or it can be moved. One more high is also available at the 27, and then one more high to downside is also possible. So anyway, I'm looking this as a correction part. This is the impulsive, this is the corrective part. One more impulsive to break the 16, or it could be like to break this as a 11 also, but that is a question mark. So we have to wait for this, and at the time we need to look for the gold where it is. So let's move on to the gold. I think I finished the New Zealand CAD, right? Yeah, I can. I did that. Yeah, we already did the New Zealand CAD. Sorry. So what is the invalidation level? Sub beauty of Elliott waves. That is the thing. It didn't invalidate my point. A lot of people are criticizing. It has to go down. It won't do, and it will be the 3000. Is it? Sorry, 2300 is the target. So in their view, they are presenting how I'm presenting my view. So it's their view. There is no argument in that. There is no discussions also. No need to discuss. It's your view. It's your money. It's your capital. You have to take risk, and you have to take your reward. But in my view, I have already presented the invalidation point is this, and I'm looking for this 1400 to 1350. That is my target. So the flat correction, ABCA, ABCB, C. And what happens only if it breaks this zone, if it reached here, again there will be a corrective part, and it can reach like this also. The same pattern occurred in one FX pass. You just go through, listen this. I know which pair is this. It's just an idea of just on 5 seconds. You just do yourself. You can ask yourself which pair is this. It's a major currency pair, right? I think you found that if you are trading as a FX, you are FX traders. That is UCAD, USD CAD. Look at this. Same ABCA, ABCB, C, and it is already broken this low perfectly, and we are expecting the connecting wave. So whether this is a connecting wave or it is going to break this, that is not an we can't come to the conclusion. Once it reached this zone 1.34 and 1.38, just exit your position. Look, it can do like this also. And then this is the ABC is a B, and C is a W. This will be the connecting part of WX. One more ABC. It can reach up to 1.075 also. Or else, if it is a very bullish USD CAD, it can reach up to this level. So then this will become A, B, C is a W. This is the X. So A, B, C to break 1.6. Simple. But what it is doing, this is the safest trade. Up to 3 years you can trade up to 1.34 or 1.38. So that for that we have to look for this pattern. So this is the one impulsive. We are the correction, making this as a stop loss, looking for the 1.34. So until if it breaks this high, there is a lot of chances to break this low. Like that, that same thing, the gold, same pattern it is did here. ABC is a ABC is a B, and I need to break this 160. That is why for my groups and for my friends groups, I told near to the 1600 to 600 also we need to book the profit. That is the safest. And looking for this. But even though if it is did like this, my stop loss got means that is the invalidation level for what I'm expecting to the 1300 may not happen now. But what is the another possible count I did that you know very well? This could be the ABC is a 1, ABC is a 2, ABC is a 3. So ABC is a 4 here, and the ending diagonal part. This is the one where we are. It could be like this, right? So if it is an ending diagonal pattern, that will be all three-way structures in that 5 waves. So like that, if it hit my stop loss, there is a one possibility I found and I have explained, I think in the previous video or the 15 days back. So this could be the 1, this could be the 2. So ABC is a W, X, ABC is a Y. So that will become the third wave. So we are in the fourth wave also. So what is the fourth wave? If it is in diagonal part, it can do your triangle also here. So that 1750 to 780 is also the one booking profit area is available. No need to look for this to break. So why I am placing here is a one question mark what I have explained. I am looking for this trade for the fourth wave. So even though if the fourth wave is already completed here, one second, here, and we are in the fifth wave as an ending diagonal triangle pattern. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. We are in the fourth wave. So fourth wave is not yet broken this high, right? Why this one? And it's everything. It is looking like a three-way structure. So in that case, this is a maximum. If it is a regular flat, it has to break this. But if it is a triangle, no need to break this high, no need to break this low. So after the three-way structures in the bigger picture, if it reaches the 1740 is a major support zone, it can bounce again to this 1980, and then again it can come to that 1780, and even from here it can shoot for that another fifth wave in the ABC to complete the pattern. But that is also in the two possibilities, but I'm looking only for this correlating to that DXY and that fundamental cues. I hope you enjoyed this briefly analysis for this week. Maximum I covered everything, a lot of pairs, and hope you enjoyed this and you have learned something. And all my views, it's all depends upon that correlations with the DXY, and it's all depends upon the price action surrounding uncertainty, everything. So this is not that trade signal. What I'm giving here is just an input for learning Elliott wave theory. So thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next week at the same Saturday evening. Bye. See you in the next week. Have a lovely weekend to everybody, and have a lovely profitable week to everybody. Bye. See you.